regular business meeting of August 28, 2025. The time is now 11 a.m. Agenda item 1 is going to be a call to order, the Pledge of Allegiance, pledge to the Texas flag, and the inspirational moment.
Okay, good morning, Mr. President, board members, faculty, staff, and students, parents, Ms. Black, teachers, SROs, and everyone else. Good morning. I'm a little excited. This is a great time of year. Students are back, school's in session, folks are getting settled. Belay my last, Ms. Jenny Hall, good morning. So I would like to talk about our pledgers and inspirational speaker today. Our Pledge of Allegiance, our 5th grader is representing Fort Sam Houston Elementary. Jolie Wilson. Is Jolie here?
She's on her way.
On her way? Okay, we can talk a little bit about her. She's in Miss Neal's 5th grade class. Her parents are Staff Sergeant Jody Wilson and Mr. Norris Wilson. Jolie and her family have been a part of Fort Sam Houston Elementary since she was in the 3rd grade. She has a brother, Jonah Wilson, who's a 5th grade student. Jolie's favorite subject is math because she's interested in being an accountant. When she grows up, math helps with that. After Jolie graduates from high school, there's a possibility that she would like to join the military. Okay. Our middle school has selected 8th grader Delilah Gonzalez to be recognized this month. Delilah's parents are Sergeant First Class Leonardo Gonzalez and Mrs. Morgan Gonzalez. In her free time, Delilah enjoys singing, acting, reading, and baking. Okay, Delilah, we didn't really get a chance to talk offline a little bit, but what do you like to sing?
I specifically like to sing musical theater songs because of acting and pop songs because of the costume.
Okay, I'm tracking. Very good. She was born in Joint Base Elmendorf in Richardson, Alaska, and has lived at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Fort Benning, Georgia, and now resides on Fort Sam Houston, Texas. This is Delilah's 5th year with FSHISD, and we talked about this, and I was very impressed with this. After she graduates high school, Delilah wants to attend the Juilliard School in New York City, and she dreams of performing on Broadway. Very impressive. And our high school inspirational message will be delivered by Senior Sergio Romero, class of 2026. Here we go. All right, Sergio is a proud son of First Lieutenant Sergio Romero, currently serving on active duty, and Andrea Romero, a dedicated 1st grade teacher at Fort Sam Houston Elementary School. Is she here? Can you stand up, please? You know we're going to have to, yes. Thank you, ma'am. The Romero family has been a part of FSHISD community since 2013. His sister Nicole graduated from Cole in 2021, while his brothers Matthew and Deacon are currently in the 6th and 4th grade respectively. Sergio has been lucky enough to have been able to attend one school district since kindergarten, which is rare in the military families, as you very well know. Sergio is an exemplary student, leader, and athlete. He serves on the JROTC Battalion Commander. I've seen him a lot in those events. Student Council President and National Honor Society President. He's also the captain of the varsity cross-country team 3 years in a row, a member of the varsity soccer, varsity track teams, and an active participant in the academic decathlon and multiple UIL teams. Sergio was awarded the ELOC Award during his junior year, and beyond campus, Sergio represents the district Military Child Education Coalition and the National Student Advisory Committee. With aspirations to attend the United States Military Academy at West Point or the United States Air Force Academy, Sergio plans to pursue a degree in law or finance, combining his passion for leadership, service, and academic excellence. So, very good. Phenomenal. So, with that being said, pledgers. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, good job.
Hello, members of the board, faculty, and community. While attending FSHISD, I've truly been blessed to receive such a high level of education and experiences. Robert G. Cole High School has given me so many amazing opportunities to grow and explore my future endeavors. This summer was truly transformative, and I'm very grateful to Robert G. Cole High School and FSHISD for providing me with the foundation and support to pursue meaningful opportunities. To my parents, thank you for making sacrifices to ensure that my siblings and I receive the best quality of education. Over this summer, I had the honor of attending the United States Military Academy's West Point Summer Leadership Experience program. Over this program, I gained a perspective on teamwork and discipline, and also experienced a large amount of personal growth. As the week progressed, I was humbled to receive an award of excellence from the History Department. I also then participated in the American Legion Texas Boys State program, where I was selected as one of the top 6 male leaders out of 1,200 people across Texas. And though I didn't win the governor election, this experience really taught me the value of perseverance and citizenship. Additionally, I also attended the United States Air Force Academy's Summer Seminar program, which was an experience of its own. I learned a lot about the cadet life and how to work hard to achieve great things. I then traveled to Chicago to attend the National Keystone Conference, representing the Fort Sam Houston Youth Center. I learned the importance of overcoming adversity, as well as creating unique community service projects. Additionally, I was asked to be a part of the student panel at the upcoming MSEC National Global Training Summit, which will be held in Austin, Texas in September, which means a lot more hours of Zoom meetings and a lot more preparation for presentations. On top of that, I kept up with cross-country training, actively played the guitar and piano, and spent a meaningful week in my parents' home state of Arizona, reconnecting with family. And then finally, I attended and led the Cole JROTC Leadership Camp. This year, I'm very enthusiastic to say that I will be serving as the battalion commander for the JROTC program. Over the past 4 years I've been in this program, I can definitely say that it has made me a better leader than I ever was. The mission of JROTC is to motivate young people to be better citizens. And I strongly believe that this program has done so much more than that. This program has taught me leadership, service, character, and so much more. So thank you to our amazing instructors for pushing us to excellence. It was a very eventful summer, and all of these experiences have shaped me. But what makes them truly special is knowing that I was able to carry the name of Robert G. Cole High School and FSHISD with me everywhere I went. My goal was to represent our school and district with pride and integrity. As I look ahead to the upcoming year, I hope to take these lessons and give back to all. To my fellow peers, my advice is to take every opportunity, even if it's outside of your comfort zone. With dedication and hard work, there are no limits. Go out and represent our school with pride. Teachers and coaches, thank you for your constant encouragement and for giving students like me a chance to dream big and lead boldly. Thank you.
Cool.
Get a picture with a absolutely. Mom, you do this.
Gotta come to school to get a break.
Come on, hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see him for 4 days.
Wow.
I didn't see him the whole month.
You guys gotta come in.
All right. Take a couple.
Go on.
I need to pick it up.
This is a meeting of the Board of Trustees being held in front of the public, which is not the same as a public hearing or a public meeting. The board and the district appreciate the interest of our constituents and welcome you to our meetings. However, in our Board of Trustee meetings, only the board members and members of the administration who provide information to the board should be speaking during the course of the meeting, except for the portion of the meeting designated by public input. Should any audience members have questions during the course of the meeting, please do not interrupt the meeting or interject your questions or comments in the middle of the meeting. Instead, please raise your questions and concerns with the appropriate person at the conclusion of the meeting so that the board can conduct the board business without interruption. A meeting of the Board of Trustees is a meeting of the board in public, not a meeting, which is to say that the audience participation at the board meeting is limited to the public comment section of a meeting. At all other times during the meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board. During public comment, the board may furnish specific factual information or recite policy, but by law. The board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda for that meeting, and any deliberations or decisions by the board will occur during the discussion of the agenda item and not during the public comment. During regular board meetings, the public comments may address any topic whether posted on the agenda or not. During special call meetings or work sessions, public comments are limited to the items posted on the agenda only. In order to participate in the public comment portion of a meeting, members of the public must sign up with the presiding officer or designee no later than 5 minutes before the meeting is scheduled to begin, and shall indicate the topic about which they wish to speak. Individuals may be given up to 3 minutes to speak during public comments. However, when necessary for effective meeting management or to accommodate large numbers of individuals wishing to address the board, the presiding officer may make adjustments to the public comment procedures, including adjusting when public comment will occur during the meeting, reordering agenda items, deferring public comment on non-agenda items, continuing agenda items to a later meeting, providing an expanded opportunity for public comment, or adjusting the time allotted for each to speak. However, no individual shall be given less than 1 minute per person to make a public comment. A member of the public who addresses the board through a translator shall provide the translator. A member of the public who addresses the board through a translator must be given at least twice the amount of time as a member of the public who does not require a translator. The presiding officer or designee shall determine whether a person addressing the board has attempted to solve the matter administratively through the resolution channels established by the policy. If not, the person's presentation shall be halted and the person shall be referred to the appropriate policy to seek resolution. DGBA, employee comments. FNG, student and parent complaints. GF, public complaints. There shall be no disruption of a meeting by members of the audience. If after at least one warning from the presiding officer, an individual continues to disrupt the meeting by his or her words or actions, the presiding officer may request assistance from law enforcement officials to have the individual removed from the meeting. And once the individual is escorted off the premises, the person is not permitted to return during the meeting. Individuals with signs, props, or displays shall sit in the last row of the chairs or along the back wall, as so not to interfere with the meeting or with the public observation of the meeting. During public comment, individuals shall not use the name of district employees or district students unless the students about which they are speaking is on the shout. All right. Agenda item number 2 is a quorum. Let the following record, for record. Attending today is Vice President Mr. Aaron Braxton II, Secretary Dr. Latoya Sizer, Board Member Colonel Rebecca Zanate. Not present, Ms. Andrea Nicholas, and present, Mr. Willie White. Agenda item 4, correction. Yes. So we have 4 personnel that signed up for public comments, and I'm gonna call your name just to ensure that you're here. Jennifer Cummings.
Here.
Joe Sherhart. Zion Downing.
Here.
And Christopher Downing. Here. Okay, so we're gonna go in that order for your public comments. At this time, we're gonna have Jennifer Cummings come up to speak.
meeting with 502nd, it was insinuated that PTO lost our room because of improper paperwork. That claim was disproven almost immediately. Let's not insult anyone's intelligence. Here, we all know why we lost the room and why the PTO is being treated the way it is. Meanwhile, my living room looks like a stock room because PTO has had to haul everything home. The excuses of not all PTOs have rooms is laughable. For those PTOs also handle house shirts, selling spiritware, stock book vending machines, donating books to Literacy Night, sponsor house lunches, decorate for holidays, plan fun runs with prizes, buy bigger equipment like popcorn and hot dog machines for events. No, then stop comparing apples to oranges. Without the space, we'll be forced to scale back, and with the morale not being great, is that really the hill you want to die on? Just one more thing. This was brought up on Facebook, and you ran to the neighborhood page to clarify, and it backfired. It didn't go the way you thought it would, and it was unprofessional. Then you sit at PTO meetings preaching transparency, which is rich coming from the people at this table that are the least willing to practice it. I've invited every one of you to a PTO meeting and everybody in the community. None of y'all have shown up. Most of the time you can't even look me in the eyes when I'm standing here right before you. You act confused about why I have a problem with this board. Please, I've spelled it out meeting after meeting. You don't want to hear it because it's easier to play clueless than admit the truth. Let's be clear. When I came to you as a parent, you came to me as PTO. You made it political. You cared more about the optics than my child and the teachers. So yes, I'm saying this publicly because you blurred the lines, and for the record, we are not your photo props. I don't need to repeat myself. You've heard this before. You just refuse to listen. I turned down your offer for a private meeting because this community deserves answers out in the open, not behind closed doors, not hidden under a rule of order or scripted silence. This community is small, it is connected, and word spreads fast. People see that you surrounding yourself with yes people and acting untouchable, but trust me, even the ones nodding with you are over it too. You built a culture of intimidating instead of supporting. You silence instead of lifting up. You smirk and think no one notices, but everyone notices. I used to stand here and say, do better, but every time I did, you doubled down and retaliated. Yes, I know it is legal. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. So I'll end with this. The community sees you. So know that we're not letting this rest because it's not about the PTO or a room or politics. It's about our children. It's about our military children and the teachers who show up every day for them.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll now have Joe Sherhart.
Good morning. A school district does not exist in a vacuum. It's bound by a social contract with the community it serves. A contract built on foundation of trust, transparency, and partnership. I'm here tonight because that contract has been broken. There's a time when our campus was living embodiment of that partnership. There was an ecosystem of trust where the presence of parents was not seen as a liability. Our schools were once the heart of the community, places where parents actively participated in their children's education, where trust and transparency flourished. That partnership has been systematically dismantled by district leaders. The initial closure of our campus during the pandemic was a necessity, albeit temporary measure. We understood and accepted it, but temporary measures required justification, and justification for this policy has expired. As of today, it's been 845 days since the national emergency was declared over, yet our doors remain sealed. Let us be clear, it's no longer about public health, it becomes a matter of administrative convenience. An expired safety measure has become a tool for narrative control. And when our campuses are closed, accountability is locked out. It allows the district to manage perception and isolate problems. It becomes easier to blame a child that's struggling than to confront the parent that sees the understaffed classrooms and lack of resources provided by the district in their own eyes. This is not transparency, it's the management of information, and it's an insult to the intelligence of every parent in this district. The result of these policies are predictable and damaging. We have witnessed a troubling exodus of experienced teachers and a once vibrant and vital parent-teacher organization being pushed to the sidelines. Once the heart of our school community, now almost a ghost of its former self. Additionally, there's a growing number of NRT students being denied in our schools, which aligns with the increasing voices of parents speaking out against the injustices. Leadership that claims to be transparent while consulting attorneys on how to manage public criticism is not leading, it's ruling. I want to remind you, 2 of you have expiring terms, and I urge you to consider the implications of your choices here today. If you fail to act and continue to disregard the voices of this community, I don't see you retaining your seats. Therefore, I'm here to deliver a clear mandate from the community. We demand that you fulfill the immediate reopening of our school campuses on the agenda for your next public meeting for a vote. Furthermore, we call for a comprehensive audit of the budget by line item to trace hidden expenditures that may be diverting funds from essential student resources. You're appointed to be our representatives, not our gatekeepers. It's your duty to restore the trust that's been broken. Fulfill that duty, or this community will stop at nothing to find new representation who will.
Thank you, Mr. Sherrod Hart. We will now have Ms. Zion Downing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here as a mom for a kid who loves basketball, and I had a lot of dreams before the current coach is here. So we had a hearing last night, very disappointed with the outcome, but I want to voice it. Mainly is mental health. My kid is being affected because of his dream and his emotion being shattered since the current coach is being here. Do you know globally, May is the mental health awareness globally? And I talked a lot from the first hearing and the second hearing about mental health. And our case shouldn't be come to the board like yesterday, but it did. That should be resolved at the administration. And the outcome was the policy and training from last night's decision. Before me come out, a lot of parents feel feared of retaliation. My kid has experienced it. But before this 2 years mark, and many parents has went AD, why the training is not put in place a year ago. And our kids took us to the state championship. It was done, trained by a previous coach, developed them. The kids made it to the championship, not the coach. And I come forward March of this year thinking, because the current coach has 2-year contract, and unknowingly, a lot of parents has went to the AD for the issues they have, but you still allow the contract to be renewed. And I'm asking the board to look at the whole situation about the mental health for our kids. And if you care about our community, our kids, you can do as a paradigm shift to make the difference. To address Dr. Bates' question during our second hearing, you said, give me the fact.
Ma'am, that is it, your time is up.
Okay.
And we ask again, please do not mention names of individuals unless it's of your own child. Thank you.
The fact is, there's a suicide December
Yes,
last
that's
year.
it, ma'am. That's it. Next
In
up is gonna be
UTSA.
Mr. Christopher Downing.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Members of the Fort Sam ISD Board. I would like to express my disdain for your decision yesterday for our level 3 grievance. What it tells me is the board is more interested in the toxic coach than the welfare of our children. Mr. White, why is
Sir,
it?
we
that-
ask you not to mention names.
Okay.
Please, I will have to ask you to leave if you do so again.
Mr. President,
Yes.
why do you not care about the welfare of our students here in the district? Madam Secretary, why do you not care about the welfare of our students here in the district? Madam Board Member, why is it that you don't care? You have kids in this school district. Why do you not care about the welfare of our kids? You know, I am truly disgusted with you all, with the exception of the Vice President, who is the only one who had the courage and internal fortitude to do what's right for the kids. Yesterday, it was a 4-5 vote denying our level 3 grievance. And the mere fact that the board approved training and policy tells me that our grievance had merit. But again, this is just another example of this board and this administration putting toxic employees above the kids. And it is truly disgusting. Your behavior is disgusting. I was amazed at the facts that were presented. And the facts that we presented were unfounded accusations. But yet the district's attorney stated false and misleading statements that you all considered as fact. Your behavior is appalling. And it appears this board and administration are out of touch with the community and can't see the forest for the trees. The toxic leadership starts at the top, and that means you, Mr. President. Madam Secretary, you're just as bad. And honestly, Madam Board Member, you're the one I'm disappointed with the most. You have kids here, and obviously you don't care. That's the only thing I can surmise from this, or from yesterday's meeting. You know, the stupid decision that you all made last night is just gonna add to the growing resentment that...
Time is up, sir. We want to thank you for your sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes our public comments. We're gonna move to agenda item number 4, achievements and special recognitions.
Ms. Novak, I'm gonna let you start. We have Tom introducing our new transportation director.
Sir, members of the board, in June, we started with our new transportation director, Moses Gutierrez. He's back there.
Oh.
Yeah, so Mr. Gutierrez comes to us with 25 years of experience. He started as a diesel mechanic and has worked his way up, working both in school districts and via public transit. He's also got experience in facilities management, so we just wanted to introduce you. Our previous director retired back in June with 30 years in the school district, so well-deserved in his retirement, and we're happy to have Mr. Gutierrez with us now.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Novak. Mr. Gutierrez, had an opportunity to speak with him in depth over the summer. You know, he's very skill set in terms of transportation. It's all about bringing our kids home safely back from home, school, and back. The only downfall me and Mr. Gutierrez had, we agree to disagree, is he's a Cowboy fan, but besides that, we'll be okay. So thank you. And the only thing I have on achievements and special recognitions, I had invited some of our district teachers here from the elementary and secondary. Will y'all please stand and come forward, please? Don't be scared, we're not gonna bite you. And our instructional coaches, our ICs, will y'all come on up?
I see.
I see.
Oh.
What did I do? So who do we have?
So, as y'all very well know, the accountability ratings came out this year. And Fort Sam Houston ISD, the district-wide, we were an A. Our secondary was A, and our elementary was a B. And you look at that, and those are things that we talk about community. We talk about our kids. These educators, that's why we're here. We want to ensure that our kids feel safe. You know, we can't do things the way we did it 3, 4, 5 years ago because of safety. We want to ensure that our kids are loved. When I go through these campuses and in these buildings, every one of these students here have my last name. So we're going to ensure that our kids are loved. And, as you can very well see, receive a high-quality education. Receive a high-quality education. Those are my 3 non-negotiables, and if we do that, we're doing okay. We're doing better than okay. And I want to really emphasize, I don't want to take away from what our educators, they took the time out of their conference period to come here because we want to celebrate the great things we're doing here at Fort Sam Houston ISD. Do we have some improving to do? Absolutely. We don't rest on our laurels here. We're always striving to improve. But we have the support, we have our educators from the Board of Trustees to our administrations, to our teachers, students, community. It takes a village. We're trying to bridge together, not separate, because we're only stronger if we're together. So once again, from our instructional coaches to our educators, we thank you for what you do to our students every day. So I just really wanted to express that to the board. And I also want to let y'all know that you look at do your research, 11% of over the 1,000 school districts in the state of Texas received that A. 11%, and guess what, folks? We were one of them. You know, I like to brag a little bit. You know, I get to, you know, we superintendents, we look at those scores and stuff, and so I call colleagues, Colonel Zanate, and you know, what y'all get, and you know, we'll compare, and there's a lot of school districts in the state of this great state who would love to be in our shoes, would love to have the scores we have. And I said, we're very blessed, we're doing God's work, and we're continuing to improve. So thank y'all for what y'all do. Thank you.
Cool.
Oh, can we get a photo of y'all? Please.
And I would like to add, if I could, sir,
Absolutely.
Ms. Brown, raise your hand. 100% of her students pass the Miller, Ms. Ayala, raise your hand. They earned a science distinction. Very, very proud.
Y'all get it. Thank you.
All we can give you is a thank you, but it's blessed.
All right, on 3, you're gonna say A. 1, 2, 3.
Hey! Thank you all.
for taking your conference period.
So now we can go into closed session.
All right, we're gonna continue to move forward. Due to the timeliness of our attorney, district attorney, we're gonna move to agenda item 15, closed session, because of our time restraints, and then we'll come back to agenda item number 5, superintendent's report. So at this time,
You got the time?
yeah. At this time, agenda item 15, closed meeting as authorized by the Texas Government Code Section 551.071. Pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.074, we're moving into closed session. The time is now 11:36 p.m. AM. Oh, I think I'm still. The time is now 12:24 p.m. Agenda item 16, the board will reconvene in open meetings to consider to take actions of necessary items discussed in the closed session. Do we have a motion for the agenda items in closed session?
Mr. President, I recommend that we approve the probationary contract for our 2 certified professionals.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I, Latoya Sizer.
I, Aaron Bryson, second.
I, Rebecca Zimmerman.
Aye, Willie White. Majority vote, the motion passes. We're now gonna move to agenda item 14, which is a change in the monthly board meeting times. The superintendent recommends selecting times outside of the typical work hours to hold the monthly school board meetings. So agenda item 14.
So as you very well know, by law, the United legislative session requires all board meetings be set outside the normal typical working hours, and our next board meeting will be September 25th. So, board members, y'all can pick a time.
Yeah, so we have some discussion on that. If anybody want to discuss. Recommendations?
We're looking outside the business hours. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think 5 o'clock does that count outside our?
Yes, it does. Anything after 1600.
But my recommendation is maybe not on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna be doing it in the evening, probably potentially shifting it to Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
Um,
Is that any effect on the district?
That's the board's call.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, nothing that the district does in the evening time that would prevent it. I don't think it is.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
We're looking at like Thursdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays is typically, that's where
Sport
families
days.
have their sports, and
Yeah.
that would be better served for them to be with their kids.
Yeah.
And then that would free up Wednesday. I'm not, Friday would not be good.
No Fridays, no Monday.
I don't think that's how anyone wants to spend a Friday evening, so.
So
No.
we're looking at September 24th at 1700.
Yes.
Yes. 24.
And those will be all standing Wednesdays.
All standing Wednesdays, yes.
I mean, that's, I don't.
Yeah, it works because of, like she was stating with the sports
Yeah,
and everything.
and
So
so
every
we
Wednesday.
talked about that now that we're going to an evening session based on, Bill 413, I think it's just accommodating to the community in which we serve, because, again, I know it impacted, myself on Thursdays, because it was Tuesdays and Thursdays was always painful. And so, I think this is spot on, so I fully support. Wednesday and at 1700.
Any other comments, board members? Hearing none, do we have an updated motion for agenda item 14?
Mr. President, I motion to establish a new time for the monthly board meetings, the regular board meetings, on Wednesdays at, start time at 5 o'clock until complete.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I, Rebecca Zanati.
I, Latoya Sizer.
I, Aaron Bryson, the second.
I, Willie White. The majority vote, the motion passes. The new board meeting times will be Wednesdays, 1700, effective September the 24th.
And I think we will get y'all a calendar, for those dates at next board
To
meetings.
readjust, yes, all of the dates.
And that'll
Outstanding.
reflect on the website, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think of that.
All right. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, agenda item 5 is the superintendent's report.
Board members, you have those, reports in your package. I didn't receive any questions, there's just a lot of stuff going on at the beginning of the year. All right.
Good. What about your, teach them
It's all good.
Okay, that's all, sir. Okay, try it. That concludes the superintendent's report. Thank you, Dr. Bates and board members. Agenda item number 6 is the minutes from the budget hearing and regular business meeting of July 31st. Any comments, board members? If not, is there a motion for this agenda item?
Mr. President, I recommend approving the minutes from the budget hearing and regular business meeting of the Board of Trustees on July 31, 2025, as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I, Latoya Sizer.
I, Aaron Bryson, the second.
I, Willie White. Majority vote, the motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item number 7 is the monthly financial report for July 2025. Any comments, board members? Any questions, concerns? Hearing none, is there a motion for this agenda item?
Mr. President, I recommend approving the monthly financial report for July 2025 as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I, Aaron Bryson, the second.
I, Rebecca Zanati.
I, Latoya Sizer.
I, Willie White. Majority vote, the motion passes. Agenda item 8 is the final budget amendment for the 2024-2025 school year.
It's an annual thing we do.
I know.
We good?
Okay. Any comments or questions, board members? Hearing none, is there a motion for this agenda item?
Mr. President, I recommend we approve the final budget amendment for the 24-25 school year as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I, Rebecca Zanati.
I, Latoya Sizer.
I, Aaron Bryson, the second.
Aye, Willie White. The majority vote, the motion passes. Thank you, guys. Agenda item number 9 is the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, GASB, 54 fund balance resolution.
Need that and-
Yep, there you go. No questions, concerns. Do we have a motion for this agenda item?
Mr. President, I recommend adopting the Governmental Accounting Standards Board 54 fund balance resolution as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I, Latoya Sizer.
I, Rebecca Zanati.
I, Aaron Bryson, the second.
Aye, Willie White. Majority vote, the motion passes. Agenda item number 10 is the Texas Education 2024-2025 release of the A through F accountability scores. There's no action needed, discussion report only.
Dr. Shannon, you have the comment?
In your board packet, good afternoon. TA released 2 years of accountability, so we put the tables in there. They released it on August 15th. If you recall, 2024 scores were delayed due to the lawsuits in the
Yes.
state of Texas. And so the tables are in front of you, and they are also public knowledge on
TA's website.
TEA's website, and so we will be posting these on ours as well. So, any questions? That's all we have.
I think that the scores are great, but I think we need to do better too, keep that expectation up.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's why I'm excited for the strategic plan, because I think that'll lay out the goals, you know. I think our elementary can get to the next level. And I think building that into the strategic plan over time, we can get there and have a sustainable way forward.
So, what we do each year when we get this data, sometimes it's a little later than normal, depends on the TA release. So we will bring forward to you our district annual report that will go more in-depth with data, but then also our action, like our action plans of what we're gonna do will also be, but, the goal for the elementary is to be an A. That's always been the goal.
Absolutely.
Elementary school is very difficult to be an A because it's only one thing, and it's the STAR assessment.
Yeah.
And so you'll see the numbers of A's statewide are not very high. But again, we're always working to get better and digging into the data. That's what we've been doing, and so we'll come forward with it, action plan for you guys. Perfect.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions, comments, board members, concerns? All right. Agenda item number 11 is to consider take possible action regarding the revision of the policy EFB local on the library materials in accordance with Senate Bill 13.
I'm sorry, I should not know.
Yes. In the memo, I gave you guys a memo and a copy of the policy revision draft, but I do want to go over a couple of things with you because there are some changes. So, this area of policy is instructional materials in the area of only library materials. It comes from Senate Bill 13 with the recent legislative session 89. So here are some of the, I guess I want to say the highlights for you. Parents' access to information related to library books, accessed by their children. So it goes into detail into the bill. It is no different. We have a process in place. We've had a process in place for this. Parents, we have a system called Destiny. Parents can go in right now and restrict the books. But the bill will also say you can put it in writing, so they could write to the librarian and say, little Mina, I don't want her reading Harry Potter books, right? But it's nice because electronically they just go into the system, see what their child's checking out, we've had this. But they can also put what they don't want in there and restrict it. So, so just know that that's there, but now it's law, but we've had it. Also, clarifies library material that is not allowed due to harmful materials, profane content, and indecent content. So our librarians already follow the law and guidance from the Texas State Library and Archives Commission in this area. They're the experts. Our librarians, as you know, we had them present to you, I want to say it was House Bill 900 came out, library materials, they came and they talked about their qualifications to you and all the training they go through to learn how to do this. And so we are in compliance with this already, but I wanted to highlight that that was one of the major points of the bill. Also, it gives school districts the option to establish a local library council, so I'll go into that in a little bit. Also, library material challenges, like you can challenge the materials. In the old policy, it's called reconsideration. They now use the word challenge that you'll see in the policy, and they give guidelines for such. But this law does bring some changes for you as board members, and that's what I want to make sure you guys are clear on. Currently, librarians use the standards and criteria to select and acquire library materials. That's what their major is. That's what they're going to do. Basically, they recommend and they get the materials. On average, because we've met a lot since this bill came out with our wonderful 2 librarians, so we've met a lot. Ms. Fuller has been meeting with them. On average, 100 materials, meaning books, apps, resources, on each campus per month are determined in order. So beginning September 1st, the librarians will recommend to you as a board what materials they want to acquire or materials that were donated. This list must now be posted for 30 days before it comes to you as a board agenda for approval. The districts around here, and all the districts that I'm aware of that I've been in touch with, they're very concerned that this will very much delay getting needed library materials like research materials in the hands of students that are needed for coursework. Not to mention the enjoyment of kids for reading, especially at younger years where they're learning to read, right? It's gonna delay it, okay? But this is law right now. And so, we currently have, like I said, a reconsideration policy. They've changed it to a challenge policy. And so it's basically, if a parent has a concern with the book, they can go through this process. We have a process already in place. What's different about this now is that the material that is being challenged has to be removed during this process. Whereas before, it was up to the district to decide whether they're gonna remove it or not. So I wanna let you know that that was a major change in there. So it will be automatically removed. Also, parents can challenge, students can challenge, employees can challenge. This bill added that a resident of the district can challenge. So those were the two new pieces. Also, the board shall, so when you hear the word, see this word shall, and shall establish a local school library council if the parents of at least 10% of the students enrolled in the district, or 50 or more parents of students enrolled in the district, whichever is fewer, present to the board a petition to establish such a council. So parents have always, in this district, I can only talk about this, have always had the final authority over what their children read and cannot read, and that's how it should be. And so this revision has not changed that. It's just put in a lot of language and clarified and defined some things. And so we're coming forward asking you have to be in compliance with the law. This revision will put us in compliance with the law.
Can you explain in more detail on the council? You saying
Yes.
it comes from the parents' request, or?
Well, yes, so there's two options here. So the board shall establish a local school library council if the parents of at least 10% of students enrolled in the district, or 50 or more parents enrolled in the district, which is fewer, then you have to have a council. And there are guidelines for what that council will be, how that council is created, and what their charge is. This council will also have to undergo major training to learn how to do what a librarian does, which is different, right? There's also an option, and none of the surrounding districts that I know are doing it because we've been checking with them. There is also an option for a revision to the policy to have a school library council in general to have one, but then there are procedures and guidelines. We already have all the processes in place, so we're not recommending that we need that. And so that's kind of that piece with it. So we're bringing forward this revision that has, of course, been run through, came from PASB. And we've also run it by our legal, because it's a new bill, and it becomes effective September 1st. And also, I'd like to say, I've been here 6 years. I don't think there's not been a challenge or reconsideration of the material in my time, and I don't even recall, nobody can recall when there was. There might have been one a long, long time ago, but nobody can, like I talked to the librarians who've been here a long time, they can't tell me. So, but there is a process. If you go to the library website, you will see all those things. We are going to update some things that we're waiting from TEA to come, like a certain form. We have a form, but we want TEA's form, it just hasn't been released yet for a challenge. But once we get that, we'll compare it to ours, and we'll probably just use theirs.
Maybe a simple question is, how frequently do we update the app with Destiny, where all the catalog, all of the books, all of the magazines, all that stuff is on?
Yeah, that's automatic by what the orders are, so the librarians are responsible for Destiny, so they do that. And they have a, cycle, so they're constantly doing that. But again, a parent can go in at any time and restrict, and also see what they're ordering, what they're checking out, I mean.
Yeah.
Which they should. So we're asking for your approval on this revision so that we can be in compliance with the law.
Any other comments, board members? Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion for this agenda item?
Mr. President, I recommend approving the revisions to policy EFD local on library materials in accordance with SB 13.
Is there a second? All in favor?
I, Rebecca Sanati.
I'm Latoya Sims.
Aye, Eric Blackson.
Aye, Willie White. The majority vote, the motion passes. Thank you for the explanation there, Dr. Shannon.
You're welcome.
Agenda item.
I just wanna let you guys know of any, because it does, you're gonna start seeing lists coming to you and posting and doing all that, so I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that.
Yep, thank you. Agenda item 12 is a memorandum of understanding MOU between Alamo Community College District and Fort Sam Houston ISD for the 2025-2026 and the 2026-2027 Urban Rural High School College Connection Program Agreement.
This is something we do annually, basically getting our kids some college credits.
Board members, any comments, questions? Hearing none, do we have a motion for this agenda item?
Mr. President, I recommend approving the MOU between Alamo College District and the Fort St. Houston ISD for the Alamo College District College Connection Program during the 2025-2026 and 2026 and 2027 school year as submitted.
Is there a second? All in favor?
I, Aaron Braxton, assent.
I just want to say,
I, Willie White. Majority vote, the motion passes. Okay. Agenda item 13 is the 2025-2026 strategic planning meeting dates. There's no action required. It's going to be report only. And Dr. Shannon, do you have
Basically,
anything? Or you can add?
it's in your, we put those dates in your packet. We're excited about this. This is gonna give us our 3 to 5 year where we want this district to be. We've RSVP'd, sent out the RSVPs. I think we've got quite a few folks that will be attending the community meeting. And once we get that, we're rolling. So Dr. Brennan will be here and she will start facilitating that process and how that looks. So we're very excited about where we want to, hopefully take our district to the next level. So it's always about improving. So
Just for clarity, 'cause I wasn't here last month, but we're not involved in the development of it, right? We're letting that parents and
Right,
community,
right,
like their,
right.
and
That,
the faculty, and okay,
exactly.
so we're not.
But y'all can be active participants, just coming and listening to the dialogue, but please, it can only be, we'll have to plan because we can't have a quorum.
Okay.
But absolutely.
Any other comments, board members? So, thank you for working with us. We did a lot of moving around on the agenda, making adjustments to compensate for our members and district attorney. Okay, to ensure we didn't skip anything, all agenda items have been covered, correct? Yes. So, agenda item 20, is there a motion for adjournment?
Mr. President, I motion that we adjourn.
The meeting is adjourned and time is 12:45 p.m. Thank you everyone for your attendance. And we got you.
You were waiting for me to close it.
I thought you were gonna jump in there.